Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of tennis. So y'all check this out. Well, y'all, it's March 11th. You know, it's an important day in the day of tennis. I can remember I was happy too, way back. Back in 1991. On this date, this is when my favorite female tennis player of all time. Y'all know it, but I'm pretty sure all the new people in there, we got 5 subscribers now, so, 3 of them don't know that. My favorite female tennis player is Monica Seles, and that probably stay that way, right? Monica Seles, and this day in 1991, she took over the #1 ranking from the Mike Tyson of tennis at the time, and that would be Steffi Graf. Steffi Graf is all that in the bag of chips, and everybody know it. She was athletic, they called her Fraulein forehand, because she would run around that backhand, and I'm talking about forehand you ain't never seen before. She had the athleticism to do that. Now, she's probably one of the most athletic players that you want to see at the time. The only one that was athletic before her that I can remember that athletic was Martina Navratilova. Another one of my top 5 female tennis players of all time. Martina Navratilova serving volley like you ain't never seen it. But we ain't talking about her. We're talking about Steffi Graf and Monica Seles. Steffi Graf, listen, 20 Grand Slams. What is it, 22 Grand Slams? No one was beating her. You were getting beat under an hour. Everybody, come on, the Sabatines of the world, the Rancho Sanchez Vicarios, the Gianna Novotnas, both Lori McNeil and Zena Garrison, and more. I can't think of all the names right now. Oh, everybody. They had problems dealing with Steffi Graf, and she was intimidating people at that particular time. And along comes a girl from Yugoslavia, young girl, 16 years old, very skinny, and hitting on both wings on both wings, a two-hand forehand, two-hand backhand, which means you would need a lot of movement. Monica Seles wasn't but the best mover in the world, but normally because your reach, you have less reach with 2 hands, she was still getting there, and she was hitting the ball flat. It wasn't too much topspin popping off of Monica Seles. And through Monica Seles coming in and beating Steffi Graf a few times, it gave the other players confidence at the time. I remember it. I remember that, and that's why at that time I was like, this girl, she was my favorite. What happened to her? Let me just say her. From 1991, 92, and 93, only her and Steffi Graf have won. Steffi Graf and Monica Seles have won all the Grand Slam tournaments in those 3 years, right? When this happened, Monica Seles took over the #1 and started putting a little distance between her and Steffi Graf, right? And at that point, she got stabbed in Hamburg, Germany, by a guy called Günter Parsch. Right? I've said it in another video, but it's like yesterday. I don't even have to go back. Günter Parsch stabbed her because he said, listen, this girl is dangerous for Steffi Graf. I need one Steffi Graf to be #1. They called him crazy, right? Let me show you how crazy he was. That's exactly what happened. Monica Seles had to leave tennis. She was psychologically not ready. If somebody stabs you on a tennis court while you're sitting down as a 17, 18-year-old girl, maybe she was probably 18 at that particular time. I'm not really sure, right? Stabs you, you're never going to be the same on the court. You have those demons, right? Guy come down and stab her in the back. Lucky he had a little knife, right? And every time I talk about this, it gets upset. I can remember she was out of the game about for 2 years. She was never the same afterwards. She came back and did a little something, but it wasn't the same, right? And I know I'm projecting, but she probably would have had way more Grand Slams than she has. And I forget how many she has right now. I didn't, look at it again. Maybe about 12 Grand Slams or something like that. 9 to 12 Grand Slams. She would have way more than that. Okay? Way more. You guys look it up how many Grand Slams Monica Seles has. But at the end of the day, she was become dominant. She wasn't good on grass yet, right? She was winning the other tournaments, French Open, U.S. Open, and stuff like the Australian Open, and she was getting it together. I think she even made a final in Wimbledon. She was getting that together too. And this happened, and the guy stabs her, and she's never the same. Steffi Graf goes on to be #1. And then, I don't know, let's say 6 to 8 months after Seles was out, they had a vote. Should we freeze Monica Seles' points until she gets psychologically okay, well enough to play tennis? Should we freeze her points so she can stay #1 or co-#1 or something like that? 9 of the top 10 tennis players said no. Pissed me off to the day. That's wrong. I don't like them. I think Gabriella Sabatini is the only one who said, of course we will. 9 other ones said no. Girl got stabbed on the court. It's not an injury that happened. I got stabbed, and I ain't even grown everywhere. I ain't even 21 years old. Young little girl. And the rest of them said no. Can you believe that? I don't like them to today because of it. If I meet them, they'll know, hey, how you doing, Vicario? You cool. I used to like some Sanchez, Vicario. And so what was you thinking by not freezing the points of Monica Seles, your peer, right? Because she came in, was y'all jealous of a little baby? End of the day, this girl will always have a place in my heart, and I'm glad it's March 11th so we can celebrate her taking over #1 from Steffi Graf, because it was important to tennis and it was important to those other girls' career. Because of her, they were able to beat her after that. Now, it's turned into a little rant, but let me just tell you, Steffi Graf was 186 weeks as #1. 186 weeks. Y'all know how many weeks it is in a year. Wasn't nobody touching her. The tour needed Monica Seles at that time. She came, she delivered, and they got stabbed by a German in Germany that told you why he did it, and you let it happen. To the day, I don't like it. So congratulations, Monica Seles. Enjoy this day. I hope y'all go out and have a good time today, and let's celebrate you today. Celebrate Monica Seles, my favorite tennis player of all time, women of all time. Now, I got some coming up. My top 5. I got, Serena's in there. Come on now. Venus is in there. Then my homegirls, right? My homegirls. But, and Navratilova is definitely up in there, right? And I don't know who my other one is right now, but I'm just saying, Monica Seles. And you guys, if you haven't checked it out, go YouTube somewhere and check her out, her career a little bit, and some of these matches against Steffi Graf. And let me just tell you, for an analogy I always do, so you can really realize how awesome Steffi Graf was. For those that are into boxing, she was just as formidable as Mike Tyson in his best years. That's how she was. That's why I call Steffi Graf always the Mike Tyson of tennis. So when you have Mike Tyson, that you needed, I won't say Buster Douglas because people consider his win a luck, but I don't. But that's another thing. But I would say you needed a Holyfield. Someone who, yeah, we can fight 5 times. I'm winning 3 of them. Somebody like that. And Monica Seles was that Holyfield. If you like Holyfield, then damn it, you're going to like Monica Seles. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about here, y'all.